So, good morning, class 7th, and today I'm going to start new chapter which is respiration. So, ready to complete the syllabus, whatever the remaining portion of your science chapters, I will finish back to back in a one shot. Okay, so in one lecture, I will finish one chapter. So, please read before watching the video. Okay, and let's start the first chapter. From today, which is obviously chapter 11, respiration. So before I'm going to teach you about respiration, you need to understand that what is respiration. So respiration is a process obviously related to a living organism, okay, in which living organism takes oxygen and release CO2, which is carbon dioxide, in which their body get energy and by which they perform their daily activities. Okay, so it is a almost breakdown of glucose. And what is glucose? Glucose is a product that living organism get by their making food, or we can say that whatever the uh, outcome of photosynthesis, which is glucose C6O6 6O6 H12. Okay, so there is a glucose which break down after taking CO2, and whatever the energy they get to perform their activity, they are said to be respiration. Okay, let's start. So overall respiration is a process of taking in oxygen and using it for release of energy by oxidation of food and elimination the waste product of CO2 and water. Okay, so whatever the oxidation of food and taking in of oxygen, they break down and give us energy to perform obviously work, and they are said to be respiration. Okay, so before talking about respiration, there is a topic come which is obviously oxidation. So oxidation is a process in which there is a gain of oxygen and loss of hydrogen take place in a chemical reaction. Okay, I just tell you one thing about oxidation. The reaction with the oxygen is known as oxidation. Okay, so whenever food react with oxygen, what you take in during breathing, okay, so they are said to be oxidation. Okay, so oxidation of food and taking in of oxygen, they give you energy, and also by this process whatever the base product in terms of CO2 and water, they living organism release it. Okay, there are the main process, two main process in a respiration. First is external respiration, which is said to be breathing, take in of oxygen and take out of CO2, which is carbon dioxide. Okay, exhalation and inhalation. Okay, so inhalation is all about to taking oxygen, and exhalation is all about to take out what? So take out of CO2. Okay, so inhalation and exhalation of the process is all about the breathing, and which is also said to be external respiration. Okay, then after internal respiration, let's see what is internal respiration. Okay, so using oxygen to break down the food release energy. So I just tell you one thing. First, there are the two stages of respiration. We consider that here there are the two main processes take place during respiration. One is to just taking in of oxygen and take out of carbon dioxide, and take in of oxygen are said to be inhalation, and take out of oxygen are said to be exhalation. Okay, and this all the taking in, taking out, inhalation, exhalation is just said to be breathing. Okay, so this is said to be also external respiration. Okay, and there is another part of respiration which is internal respiration. Internal respiration is using oxygen, whatever the breaking down of food, okay, that give us energy. Okay, and that energy helpful to perform daily activities, to perform their life process. Okay, so this is all about respiration. And obviously whatever the equation that I telling you, that C6H12O6. Okay, so C6H12O6 is a formula of glucose, and which react with oxygen, 6 mole of oxygen and 6 mole of carbon dioxide, then it form water and energy, isn't it or not? So whenever glucose means obviously your food, whatever the outcomes of your food. Okay, that then it react with oxygen, that give you energy. Okay, and this process to getting energy by the breaking down of food using oxygen, they are said to be respiration. Okay, so obviously in this chapter we will discuss about respiration in plants and also in human beings. Okay, So let's see first of all respiration in human being. Okay, how the respiration take place in human being and plants. So first topic is related to obviously plant. Okay, so you just need to understand the process of photosynthesis. Then after we will talk about how they take in of oxygen and take out of oxygen, because the whatever the phenomena of taking in and take out, we are familiar because we are humans, and how we take in oxygen and how we take out the CO2 we know very well. Okay, so let's start talking about plants, and then after we will discuss about uh, human beings. Okay, so obviously plant perform a process by which they get food. They are said to be obviously producer, so because they make their own food, okay, with the help of sunlight. So I just tell you there is a process which is said to be photosynthesis. Okay, so photosynthesis is all about a process, okay, by which plant get their food, and there is a raw material which used to making of obviously food. Okay, and which their raw material is like CO2 and H2O. Okay, so when CO2 and H2O react in a presence of sunlight, okay, then they form a glucose, and that glucose is the food of the plant. Okay, so how they all process are going on. So photosynthesis is just a process of making food by plants. Okay, so just I want to tell you that there is a green pigment called chlorophyll present in stomata, and we can also say that in a leaf, okay, by which chlorophyll trap the sunlight, and sunlight play a role of fuel by which they get energy to make their own food. Like in our house or home, we use LPG gas or wood or coal to obviously to generate a heat to perform to make a food. Similarly, this sunlight absorbed by chlorophyll, which is a green pigment present in a leaf. Okay, and that's why leaves look like green, and there are some different color of leaves also. Red leaf, yellow leaves having red and yellow pigment. Okay, so it doesn't matter that only green leaves having chlorophyll. Okay, so there are the different color of pigment also, or they are also said to be chlorophyll. Okay, so chlorophyll is a pigment, okay, who which are able to absorb sunlight, and by which these CO2 that are taken by environment, okay, and taken by plant, okay, from environment, and obviously there is a water come from root. Okay, root trap water from the soil, and then after in the presence of sunlight, they make their own food, and these all process are said to be photosynthesis. Okay, so when you see the cross section of leaf, then you see there are so many tiny pores are there. Okay, and these tiny pores are said to be stomata. Okay, so there are the tiny hole in the surface of leaf which are said to be stomata. Okay, and stomata is obviously bounded by a guard cell. Okay, and this guard cell is like obviously making a guard, or we can say that it is just giving you permission that whatever the substance is just going to in or out, obviously this guard cell allow to or permit to come in or come out the substances from the leaf, isn't it? So stomata is a tiny pores, okay, bounded by guard cell, and guard cell only and only open when there is a substance, okay, is going to enter or exit. So we know that humans take oxygen from plants, and that is obviously that is also product of photosynthesis. Okay, and we release CO2. So whatever the CO2 we give that are taken by plants. Okay, and this CO2 get from environment first, and second obviously H2O that is taken by root, okay, from the soil. Okay, so this is all about plant. Okay, so plant take CO2 from human beings, okay, and water from the soil to make their own food. Okay, and this is all about the process of photosynthesis. Okay, Since the plants are living things, they also respire by the taking oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. Plants do not have any organ for breathing, isn't it? So obviously there is a stomata who take bounded by guard cell. Okay, you can see the figure also. There is a stomata over there and bounded by guard cell who receive CO2 and take out the oxygen. Okay, and through the small pores called stomata and present in the leaves and stem. Okay, stomata along the nearby the guard cell and other cell are said to be stomatal apparatus. Okay, and some of the energy released during the respiration is used by the organ and rest lost as heat, and you can also show the release of carbon dioxide and heat energy during the respiration. Okay, in activity 1 and 2. Okay, so this is all about respiration in plant. Okay, so there are the also process are given like root cell of plants also need oxygen to generate energy. Okay, so this trapped by soil particles, so whatever the oxygen that are given, see oxygen available in water, it dissolve in soil also. So root also need oxygen and that can be trapped by soil. Okay, so obviously root taken their oxygen by their soil. Okay, to get energy. So there's the so many trees are there are growing and their areas cannot be get their air from the soil which is waterlogged, and they have the aerial roots to take their air. Okay, now let us talk about photosynthesis and respiration. In plants both the photosynthesis and respiration occur during the day because obviously sunlight only present in daytime obviously, and in night there is no sunlight, and no sunlight means no source of fuel, and no source of fuel means no making of food. Okay, so since the photosynthesis is the major activity, more oxygen is released during the photosynthesis than the absorbed during the respiration, and therefore there is a net absorption of the CO2 and release of oxygen by the plant during the day. However, the photosynthesis does not occur at night, only respiration take place, which means that the plant take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide at night. So there is no photosynthesis in night time. That's why plant do not release CO, do not release oxygen. It also behaves like human who release only CO2 and take in oxygen. Okay, that's why it is preferred that cannot sleep under the big tree, because only because of there is no photosynthesis take place during night time. So respiration, only respiration can take place by plants, and obviously whatever the product of photosynthesis also not going to form, so no oxygen. So plants take oxygen and releases CO2. So when you sleep under the tree, you get too much of carbon dioxide over there, and obviously there is a, so you feel suffocation and there the insufficient of oxygen, and due to insufficient of oxygen you may die or also get affected from it. Okay, so before talking about multicellular organism, let us discuss about unicellular organism. There's some organism who take oxygen from different source by their different organ. You can see the figure 11.15 in which there the fish and amoeba and frog and grasshoppers and sprinkles and earthworms are given. Okay, you can see also the figures. Okay, so these are the figures. Okay, you can see how different living organism take do their process. Okay, so let's see what will happen. Different animals having a different ways in which the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide occurs in their bodies, and some of these ways are the discussed as below. So let us talk about respiration take place through cell membrane or skin. Okay, in unicellular organism such as amoeba or parenchyma, paramecium, exchange of gas take place by the diffusion process through the cell membrane. In hydra and earthworm, exchange of gases take place diffusion through the moist outer surface. So I just want to tell you, diffusion is a process of transferring of oxygen from one place to another place from higher concentration to lower concentration. Also we can say that amoeba and Paramecium are the different are the type of unicellular organism who take CO2 obviously from their surfaces by surrounding. Okay, they have no specific organ to take CO2, because obviously unicellular, no only one cell are there. So whatever the function of a whole body then take place under one cell. Okay, so these all things take place through the cell membrane. Okay, so in Hydra, earthworm exchange of gases take place by the diffusion through the moist outer surface. Okay, so whatever the surface of I see earthworm moving on a ground, and the earthworm touch with ground, and obviously they take in oxygen from their skin only, and we can see that these Hydra, earthworm or amoeba, paramecium, these all organism take oxygen only by cell membrane, and cell membrane is the outermost covering of cell. Okay, so we are saying that unicellular means one cell are there. Okay, so whatever the function, that all function are executed under one cell. So obviously one cell having outermost surface that only take obviously whatever the function of stomata is there, so same function executed by cell membrane. Okay, for cell, so whatever the substance come in or come out from the cell, so obviously cell membrane allow or permit for it. So obviously whatever the exchange of gases from O2 to CO2, CO2 to O2, that all are executed only by cell membrane. Okay, let us talk about the through the air holes. Insects such as cockroach and grasshoppers having the opening called yeah, spiracles on their holes. Okay, and with the help of these air holes, air enters through these opening and reaches all the plants of the body through the respiratory tubes called trachea. Okay, and these all branches are called tracheoholes. Okay, so whatever the organism like grasshopper or cockroach having some holes are there, and by they get their oxygen from their surrounding. Okay, so whatever the respiration take place in grasshopper or these insects, they all are taken by their holes, and we can say that obviously there the sprinkles are there, and whatever the respiratory tubes, that is said to be trachea, by which they get oxygen from their surrounding. Okay, so we see how respiration take place in animal. By some animals perform their respiration of process by obviously through the cell membrane, or we can say that is skin, or some they are taking or performing respiration by hole. Okay, let us talk about another one by through gills. Okay, so gills is a very familiar word that we already know about. Gills means face, face means gills. So obviously we have a specific organ to take to perform inhalation or exhalation. Obviously there is a specific organ for fish also who take oxygen from the water. So whatever the oxygen dissolved in water, they take in by gills. Okay, so gills is a specific organ in fish also. So fish take oxygen from water, and whatever the oxygen dissolve in water, that taken by gills. Okay, so fishes uses gills for exchange of gases. Okay, through lungs. A tadpole has gills, but as it grow into a frog, it develop air bags or lungs for gaseous exchange. And through frogs have lungs, they can also breathe through their moist air, and just earthworm and birds and mammals also have highly developed lungs where the exchange of gaseous exchange can take place. Okay, so they are the brief information about some animals. Okay, and in this chapter we just know the respiration, the process of respiration in plant and some different animals, and also in human being. So I just want to tell you that please read this book and make a proper notes. Okay, so what are the animals who take oxygen, or interchange or exchange of gas take place through different things. We see how some animals exchange gases through lungs, gills, and obviously cell membrane or skin, or we can say that through air holes. Okay.